6:40, good morning. Good morning. What a weekend. What a day yesterday. I just had to sit out. I went and found a chair just to be able, sure, it was a kitchen chair, and I looked goofy on my patio. But I had to sit outside. Had to sit outside yesterday. And walk, too. I did walk just for those exercise buffs. Good morning, Andrew. Good morning.
Good morning. So we had a listener just call up during the break and wanted to know if you could elaborate on where you got the information on the third-party candidate.
All over the weekend. Tell them to start paying attention to the news. Listen, and it makes sense. When you think about it, it makes sense. No one's going from Rubio or Cruz right now, and the conservatives are not looking to vote for anybody else right now. The fear is right now there's a reality setting in, and there's a reality setting in for all of us.
Yeah, but who's the fear for? Huh? I mean, he's winning the polls for a reason. Clearly, that's who people want to vote for. I'm not saying
conservatives. Listen, this is one of the big. Mistruths out there. Conservatives are not voting for Donald Trump. Donald Trump is not a. I guess there are some that might be big on the border and immigration. He had the what's his name endorsed him over the weekend. But listen, at the end of the day, conservatives are not voting for Donald Trump. They're voting for either Cruz or Rubio, right? Yeah. On the other hand, so the hard truth is beginning to come out of the rubble here, and that is that Donald Trump could very well be the nominee. So what happens then? Do conservatives come out and vote for Donald Trump? Because listen, you're not voting for Hillary Clinton, or do you just stay home? Well, because there will be some conservatives that will not vote for Donald Trump for good reasons. Or do you just stay home? And I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm saying this is one of the options that's being tossed around right now. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But one thing that is true is right now the poll numbers, even with all of this, I mean, I guess it probably doesn't reflect the comments that have been made over the weekend with Mussolini and the David Duke stuff. It probably doesn't reflect that. But tomorrow's a very, very big day. It's going to be interesting to see what comes of it. And I've got to tell you something. If Hillary thinks that it's only Republicans that are voting for Donald Trump, she needs to look at this again, because I think you're going to find Democrats voting for Donald Trump, too. He could not only be the nominee, but this guy could be the president of the United States. And I'm a little afraid of that. All right, before we get into all that, we'll talk more about it, and we'll get into it. But I want to talk about this Claudia Tenney thing and more politics. Over the weekend, the Oneida County Republicans had their meeting. Anybody say, I think this is a big surprise. And it was a battle as well, they say, as those supporting Claudia Tenney and those not supporting Claudia Tenney went head-to-head. But it was only on the first ballot, which normally this would go to the second ballot or even further. It was on the first ballot that it was decided that they are going to nominate and endorse Wells from Madison County. Surprised by that, Monaski?
Well, I don't know, because we've talked so much about the fact that Tenney. How do I want to say this? Oh boy. I don't know the right way to say it, because I don't want to put the blame on her, and I don't want to put the blame on them. They don't get along. I think there's a mutual dislike.
Who doesn't get along again?
Claudia Tenney, and I'll say the rest of
the Republican Party?
The elected Republican officials in general.
Well, and with the committee you're dealing with, she has support in New Hartford, but beyond that, she has struggled. So it's a pretty big step for your hometown county to not be endorsing you and to endorse somebody from Casanova in Madison County. That's a pretty big move.
The New Hartford Republican Committee, though, I think we noted this last week, did endorse her. But the county, did not.
And that was where a lot of the fight was coming from over the weekend. So, but to me, and if you want to talk about this, we can pipe in on it, 7360186. It's more than that, too. When you think about, she lost the endorsement of Madison County Republicans. Madison, and I understand that this Wells, who's not a newcomer, and she's calling him a Democrat loving Wells and Democrat funding Wells. the fact is, this guy is a huge Republican money raiser. The guy raises money for Republicans, and he's a big party guy. This Stephen Wells. So remember that Madison County is where Claudia Tenney went to college. Madison County is where her business is. Madison County is where this family business is. So she has big ties in Madison County, and Madison County did not endorse her. But I think even more telling is Herkimer County. Claudia Tenney represents Herkimer County in the Assembly. Herkimer County decided not to endorse anyone. That's a big step. So here's if we're keeping track. And, and I'd like to see Claudia answer this question. I don't know that she can answer this because you can say with Oneida County, it's the Oneida Nation. They own Pacenti. They own Oneida County. You can say that. But what do you say for Herkimer County? Why did Herkimer County not endorse Claudia Tenney? Because you got a guy running from Little Falls? This guy is an independent. The guy in Little Falls is an independent. They had to do the Wilson Pakula for him. They did not endorse her. The 3 counties in her backyard have not endorsed Claudia Tenney. To me, that is more telling than just Oneida County. Want to comment on that one? 736-0186. I'd love Claudia to comment on it. 736-0186. I'm here all morning.